On the World News tonight from Buhari'S television, first the headlines. Deliver or get sacked, Tinubu warns minister at cabinet retreat. Reps to investigate money spent on postponed 2023 census. EFCC says it recovered exotic cars, 190 mobile phones, 40 laptops, orders from OAU students after arrest. You are blind to ethics. Governor alias CPS Kula knocks Arise TV's Rufai Hosseini. Leaders not thinking sacrifice but survival. Sam Adeyemi. And on sport, CAF judges will determine Osimhen's success. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu today challenged his 48 ministers to deliver on their responsibilities or get sacked. Tinubu said he is determined to succeed in discharging his duties as president and charged his cabinet members to ensure they don't become clogs in the wheel of Nigeria's progress. The president gave this charge while declaring open a 3-day cabinet retreat at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. The retreat team delivering on the renewed hope agenda had ministers, permanent secretaries, presidential aides, and top government officials in attendance. The House of Representatives is set to investigate the money expended on the postponed 2023 population and housing census by the National Population Commission. The House made this resolution today following a motion from Honorable Dominic Okafor, drawing attention of the lawmakers to the 200 billion naira spent so far on the census. The lawmakers, however, disagreed on conducting the census this year due to insecurity. President Muhammad Buhari has approved the postponement of the 2023 population and housing census earlier scheduled for May 3rd to 7th to a date to be determined by the incoming administration. The population and housing census earlier scheduled for May 7th to 7th, May 3rd to 7th, 2023 was indefinitely postponed by former President Muhammad Buhari in April. Buhari had given the approval for the postponement after a meeting with some members of the then Federal Executive Council, the chairman of the National Population Commission, Nasir Isa Wara, and his team. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, says its operatives recovered exotic cars from Obafemi Awolowo University's 190 mobile phones, 40 laptops, among other items from 69 students of the school. According to a press statement by Dele Oyewale, spokesperson of the EFCC, the suspects were arrested on Wednesday at Odudua Estate area of Ile-Ife, Osun State, following actionable intelligence on their suspected involvement in fraudulent internet-related activities. Well, the credible intelligence gave us the need for us to go for the operation. According to the spokesman, the suspects have made useful information and statements to the EFCC and will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. Sir Taso Kula, Chief Press Secretary to the Benue State Governor, Aisent Aliyah, has taken a swipe at the controversial Arise TV presenter Rufai Hosseini over his recent attitude towards guests. Recalls that Rufai Hosseini and a chieftain of the ruling APC, All Progressive Congress, Justogo Onokwasa, clashed on Monday during a show at the station. Hosseini, who was interviewing Onokwasa during the show, disagreed with the guest's view regarding the fuel subsidy removal by President Bola Tinubu and the general economic situation of the country. The drama, however, triggered reactions from Nigerians, particularly supporters of the present administration, who accused Rufai of being biased. Also reacting to the development, Kula, in a post on his Facebook official page, accused the presenter of being blind to the ethics of journalism. He wrote, "There is no need for a responsible citizen of this country to honor any program on your station that will be Rufai to be anchored. He is sadly blind to ethics, lacks the basic manners, courtesy, and principles of the profession." The senior pastor of Daystar Christian Center, Sam Adeyemi, has identified lack of sacrifice by Nigerian leaders as one of the major reasons for slow development in the country. Adeyemi, who is also a strategic leadership consultant, said this on Wednesday. What drives people in leadership now is money, he said, adding that rather than making sacrifices for the country, leaders look for how to make money and thereby stunt the nation's development. Nigerians are not foolish. The instinct for survival is the strongest. The people you are acting to collaborate, the only collaboration that makes sense to them is how they make more money. All the contracts going out of the MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, even the oversight functions for the National Assembly, it is money driving it. That is why vision is very important as a leader. You got to sell that idea, transfer that idea to people's earth about where we are going and how we will get there, and that's where we are going. That will give motivation to people to sacrifice. The people in leadership need to make sacrifices now for that collaboration to happen. But I promise you, most people in leadership now are not thinking sacrifice. They are thinking survival, Adeyemi explained. You are watching the world news from Baba Gbagede Imo Television. Next to come. The Kwara State Police Command has apprehended a middle-aged man who runs a barbershop in Ilorin over a girl who allegedly died during a sex wrong on Monday, I beg your pardon. Confirming the arrest on Tuesday, the state command said it had commenced an investigation into the cause of the death of the lady who allegedly died after sex wrong with her boyfriend in a guest house in Ilorin. Investigation revealed that the incident happened at a guest house situated in the intermediary community of a garage area in the metropolis, while it was reported that the middle-aged man said to own a barbing salon went for relaxation with his girlfriend. According to an unverified report from community members, there were allegations that the man might have been under the influence of substances in an attempt to impress his girlfriend, which purportedly resulted in the unfortunate turn of events. The report suggested that during their encounter, the young woman became exhausted, subsequently lost consciousness, and later passed away. It was further gathered that the man purportedly raised an alarm when the woman became unresponsive, drawing the attention of the guest house staff. Subsequently, the woman was transported to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. Following the incident, the owner of the guest house reported the matter to the police A division in Ilorin, resulting in the subsequent arrest of the middle-aged man. The police public relations officer, SP Okesomi Ajayi, validated the incident and the subsequent arrest, affirming that a comprehensive investigation is presently in progress. Moving on to the foreign story. King Charles has expressed his greatest sorrow and deepest regret over Britain's colonial past. The king told the Kenyan people of his regret at Britain's abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence during the colonial era during the state visit to Kenya. He said there was no excuse for British wrongdoings in the East African nation, particularly against the Mau Mau rebellion. Speaking at the state banquet in Nairobi on Tuesday night, King Charles told the Kenyan president and 350 guests, "It is the intimacy of our shared history that has brought our people together. However, we must also acknowledge the most painful times of our long and complex relationship. The wrongdoings of the past are a cause of the greatest sorrow and deepest regret. There were aberrant and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyans as they waged, as you said, as the United Nations, a painful struggle for independence and sovereignty, and for that there can be no excuse. None of these can change the past, but by addressing our history with honesty and openness, we can perhaps demonstrate the strength of our friendship today. And in so doing, we can, and I hope, continue to build an ever closer bond for the years," he stressed. Finally, on sports. A former chief coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Chief Adegboye Onibide, has revealed that what the CAF judges think about Victor Osimhen and his performance will determine his chances of winning the Africa Player of the Year award. Osimhen was slugging out with notable names such as Egypt's Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane of Senegal, and others for the most coveted individual prize for male footballers on the continent. Recall that the prolific Napoli forward was the leading scorer in Serie A last season, with 26 goals from 32 matches, and in 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying with 10 goals, including 4 in one match. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. Deliver or get sacked, Tinubu warns ministers at cabinet retreat. Reps to investigate money spent on postponed 2023 census. EFCC says it recovered exotic cars, 190 mobile phones, 40 laptops, orders from OAU students. You are blind to ethics. CPS cooler knocks Rufai Oseni. On sports, CAF judges will determine Osimhen's success at CAF Award. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Buhari'S Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Buhari'S Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement, security and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. Good evening.